Okay guys, so in this session, in this section, basically I will try to show you, demonstrate you some very important things. There are some links also for you to follow. Instead of sending you these links, I've tried to extract the information from here and added things in this presentation, so which I will show you after this thing. Now for this purpose that I want to demonstrate you, I've created this test repository in my main profile. So in this section of learning, we are going to focus if you are going to make changes in your main profile. Now the thing is that all the concepts would be same, it's just that where exactly you're working on differs. So I've done already some checks before configuring anything. What at this point I want to do is I want to delete everything that I have in here. All right, and all the files will be same here. So I'll just go to this folder. I can delete the whole folder itself. Okay, this is done. Now before we move forward and start our implementation, I want to tell you something that, let's suppose you somehow went inside this folder and tried creating a file. For example, you created a.txt or configuration file or anything of that sort. And then you perform git clone. So this will result in a lot of conflicts, because when you perform git clone, which I will do right now, I'll show you the difference now. So let's suppose I created a file which is first file, and now at this point of time I thought, okay, now I can just clone this repository. So I'll just code this and I perform git clone https. If you check dir, you will see that this file is always here and there is a test folder. When you make changes now here in this zone or in this workspace, it will give you a lot of conflicts, and possibly the most common error that we received during the sessions when we were discussing. To extract that, to remove that, always never commit changes outside the Git workspace. Actual workspace is your this one. So if I just go here and desktop, and you should see there is the Git folder here. So this area is being uh, tracked, etc. Although since you have Git installed and you may also initialize Git here, but it will give you an error like the history of this is different from history of this, so you cannot merge. You eventually have to remove that folder or the branch itself. So I'm just gonna, or if you want to, if you really want to add new file to that, so which we will do, of course, you should add inside this folder. Okay, so we are in that folder right now, and now is where we're going to start our main tasks. So we have everything in place. Let's check the status, and everything is ready. I can show you a demonstration where I will create a file here itself and then upload or push, etc. But that is just another way, or just the same way. What I'll do at this point is I'll create a branch called test. Before that, let me just test what is the branch. Is there any other branch available? So Before that, there is a origin that has already been set. In case you want to fetch the data or any changes that is made to this repository, it will do that just before you make any changes or push any changes from here. So it's automatically set up for this Git environment to tell you that whenever you perform git push, it will automatically be here. So never mind. Let's check the branches, just main. So I'm gonna create a branch called testing. Check there is a branch, yes, and then I'm gonna switch to this branch called testing. And you can check that you are in the current branch. So let's suppose you're working on a feature. The feature is that you create a abcdefgh file. Okay, and then when you have created that feature, you check the status. This is the untracked file. You can again add and commit the file. New changes or Twitter edit button. Okay, you can check the status, nothing to commit. Now you can merge this branch to the main one and push the code, or you can actually push this branch to the testing branch itself. Let's make that clear first. So I'll just try to push. It says fatal, the current branch testing has no upstream branch. That means it is not tracking any upstream branch. There is no branch that it needs to, it is able to track. So let me show you what it is trying to say. There we go. Main branch, and although there is a branch here, but since because I've created in the past, but for example, I'll just view all branches. And if I want, I can delete it. Never mind. It's already created. It doesn't make much difference. So what I'll do is I'll push. Instead of set upstream, that means that you need to monitor this branch testing. So that's what the set upstream means. So set upstream means going up against the flow of water, for example. So instead of this whole thing, you can do u -u and to the original branch. So it's testing. Okay, and this should say let me just pull the changes. Yes, so what I've done here is that there was some issue with it. It says that error failed to push some reference to this. Updates were rejected because tip of your current branch, that is this itself, is behind its remote counterpart. So the commit history, maybe the files are lacking, etc. So you need to pull that changes from that branch. So instead of, I did try something, but the main try was to git pull origin or is from or git pull from origin the testing. After doing that, I was able to get all the files and folders. Now what I need to do at this point is git push origin testing. So this is also an example. There you go.